Okay, just bear with me. Bear with me for a minute. Just bear with me. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant right now. It's not even really a fucking review. It's really more of a fucking reaction because I just finished watching this fucking movie. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be hella real with you. I think the first one is actually low key kind of great in a sleazy, uninspiring way. I love the fact that it's fucking cheap, it's sleazy, and it knows it, and it doesn't really make any kind of fucking sense. And I just love the no budget, low budget guerrilla filmmaking process behind Blood and Honey 1. Like, I just think that is a much better. And the ending, the cliffhanger to Blood and Honey, is such an creates such an appetite because you want to see what's more. It ends on this like cliffhanger that you want to know what's gonna happen. And then we get Blood and Honey 2, which recontextualizes the events of part 1. Now we don't, I mean, did it happen that way, or did someone get the bright idea and say, let's just make a fucking cheap ass movie based on events? Oh, this movie had a budget of $500,000. My question is, where did it go? Where did it go? The overusage of certain CGI shots that didn't really need to be there is like very jarring. Like, you don't need certain CGI shots. You don't need CGI body parts on roads and shit because it just looks fucking fake. Like, honestly, this just looks very... It looks uninspiring, but when you watch the film itself, there is actually some really great cinematography and some really good editing on here. Like, there is some care in here, but I feel like they had all this money and they didn't know how to spend it, so they're just like, you know what, fuck it, let's just use it with CG. Let's just use CGI. Honestly, I don't know where all that money went. Where'd it go? For context, Terrifier 2 cost $250,000. And that movie looked way fucking better than this movie. Now, granted, Pooh looks better, but why does Al look like Ivan Ooze cosplaying as a fucking furry? Tigger actually has a really great entrance, but the one thing that's really bad about it is that they made him sound and look like Freddy fucking Krueger. Like, this motherfucker be dropping bitch every time he kills a bitch. It's like, okay, dude, we know you love Freddy Krueger. Like, come on. I really wanted to see how you would have picked up that ending, honestly, from the first one. Honestly, I don't know why you went this route. I fucking don't like it. Just from a creative standpoint, I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I don't want to say it's lazy, but there was so much more that you could have done with that first fucking film. Like, that cliffhanger is awesome in my opinion, and I want to see part 2 pick up right where that cliffhanger is, because I want to see the rest of that story unfold. I want to know why those girls were in that cabin and why she was hiding out. I want to know more about Christopher Robin and whether or not he's really going through a psychotic break. I want to know more about Pooh and Piglet and seeing like, oh, like, and if this, because in part 2 they do something that is fucking so out there, and I'm like, really? Like, I'm scratching my head and thinking, really? That's what you're gonna do? That's what you're doing? That's you think that's a great twist? I don't think that's a great twist. Honestly, I don't. I don't think that's a great reveal. It's not even necessarily a twist. I don't even think that's a great reveal in my opinion. Yeah, it's cool, like when you're writing down on paper, but then the execution of it, when you're looking at it, like, oh, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? It is like Freddy's Dead, where you find out Freddy was a dad. Like, it's that kind of reveal where it's just like, really, really. There were just some really bad creative choices in this movie, just from a writing standpoint. Like, the movie itself is actually very well done and very well made, barring some practical issues there, like some practical effects that just did not hit where it needed to hit, and that is a shame. And the reveal is just not fucking good. I don't like it, because I think that reveal is just, it's I, I don't know, man. Island of Dr. Monroe-ish, Frankenstein. It's like, what? All in all, man, in my opinion, this is a letdown. But this does actually give you a much. This movie really does set up what part three is going to do. This is actually part one, honestly. Honestly, it would actually be better for you to watch Blood and Honey 2 and then watch the other one, honestly, because that's the order that you have to watch it in order for it to make sense. Not gonna lie, man, this was actually a movie that I was kind of looking forward to, and honestly, they fucking dropped the ball within the first fucking 15 minutes. Not good.